Hi guys, welcome to Whole Body Yin Yoga. We're going to kind of work on all of our muscles and our connective tissue. How this class works, we'll hold one position for about 2 minutes, and we'll hold another one for about 2 minutes, and we'll kind of keep going on. And hopefully you'll get a full all over body stretch and really kind of connect with your body here. I'm not going to have, once we get settled in the posture, I probably won't talk that much. So if you would like, feel free to play some of your relaxing music in the background. Just make sure that you can hear me, okay? All right, so we're going to start off seated. Again, cross your legs any way that feels comfortable, whatever's comfortable for you for your seated position. Most people's crossing the ankles. Hands can go on the knees or in the lap, and you're just gonna relax your shoulders. Close your eyes, and we close our eyes just so we're not distracted by what's going on around us. So if you feel comfortable, please try to close your eyes. Relax the shoulders. You're gonna pull the belly in as you lift your chest. And we're gonna take some long, deep spinal breaths. So I want you to exhale all the air out, pulling the ribs in, belly in, upper groin in and up. You're gonna inhale, fill the belly with breath. Have that breath travel all the way up your rib cage, into your heart, up into the crown of the head. Big deep inhale, hold it, and exhale out through the mouth or the nose, your choice. All the way out, having the chest come in, ribs in, belly button, upper groin in and up. Okay? You're gonna inhale the breath all the way up the spine. Little pause at the tip of your inhale, and then exhale, long deep breath out. And we'll do this for about another minute. So as you're inhaling and exhaling, you want to see if you can deepen your exhales. And if you feel like your breath is stuttering a little bit, you want to see if you can smooth it out. Okay? So be here for another 45 seconds, the breath all the way in, and then all the way out. Two more breaths, all the way in. And exhale the breath all the way out. And one more time. All the way up the spine. And then all the way out. Okay? All right, and you can open up your eyes. All right. So the first posture we're going to do is butterfly. Your feet don't have to be super close here. So you can bring your feet a little bit further away. Since we're holding the poses a little longer, you don't have to go into 100% of your deepest stretch. You kind of want to go 60-70, just so you can relax. You're not kind of clenching up anywhere. So we're relaxed. And again, if you need to, hands can go by your hips, and you might just be here, just trying to get your torso in front of your hips, so you feel like your gravity is moving forward. I would rather you be this way than trying to get your forehead close to your feet and then having your low back pushing back. So I want to think low back pushing forward, and then you can again stay up here, or you're kind of all the way in a forward fold. Okay, and we're going to be here for about another 2.5 minutes. So we are going to do some like neck rolls. So you don't have to roll, we're just going to kind of hit each corner. So if you want, especially if you have a tender neck, maybe come to the center before you go to the right, back, and left. So we're going to bring our chin to our chest. And we'll bring the right ear to the right shoulder. And again, you don't have to roll it back. You can bring your head to the center, then drop it back. And then bring your left ear to left shoulder. And then chin to chest. And one more time, right ear to right shoulder. Drop your head back. Left ear to left shoulder. And and chin to chest. And we'll do the other direction, left ear to left shoulder, dropping the head back, right ear to right shoulder, and chin to chest. One more time, left ear to left shoulder, drop your head back, right ear to right shoulder, and chin to chest. And then we're gonna bring our shoulders forward, up and back, forward, up and back. And then we'll go back, up and forward, back, up and forward. Okay. And then, if you want, hinge forward. We're here for 1 more minute. Just kind of stay in a static butterfly, whatever that your body feels like today. On your exhale, push yourself up. Okay. This next one, you have an option to stand. If you, your modification, if you're standing in this and your feet get tingly, you're gonna come back down to just a traditional forward fold. Your feet can be about hip distance apart and you'll be here. So this is your modification for the next one. So just a seated forward fold, okay? If not, you can come standing. And then again, same thing here. I don't want your legs locked here. Your feet are about hip distance apart, knees are soft. Okay, and we're just gonna dangle. We're gonna be here for about 2 minutes. So you're gonna just relax your chin towards your chest. Arms can dangle towards the mat, or you can hook them in the opposite elbow crease and hang out here. And you'll notice that my knees are bent, and I don't really need anyone's legs completely locked. You don't need to do that. So knees are soft. Crown of the head towards the mat. And again, you can stay here for about a minute if you want, and then you can come to seated, or you can do this again seated on the mat the whole time. How do I know if I need to go on the mat? If my feet are tingling or you're starting to kind of lose that, you're trying to get into the nerves a little bit, you want to come out of this. We're here for another minute. We're here for about 2 more breaths. This next one, I need to take the modification, and you'll see why in a second, but we're gonna go to our squat. So for most of you guys, you might need to bring your toes out, your feet might need to go a little wider, and you're just gonna drop your hips down. And then you see my heels lift off the mat for this. I do want your heels on the mat. So if you feel your weight come forward, you're gonna take the modification with me. Or if you have knee issues or something, you're not really used to squats, don't do this, okay? But again, if you can take the squat, I'm gonna use a little bit of prop here. Heels are on the mat. Your elbows can come inside your knees. You kind of push your knees out. Bring your thumbs towards your sternum and try to broaden your chest, okay? People not doing squat, like me, what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your chest lifted up. You're gonna bring you're gonna come to a tight butterfly. So you're gonna bring your heels closer than you normally would for your normal butterfly. So I'm usually here. I'm gonna bring them back. And I'm gonna hold on to the front of my shins as I kind of drive my knees down. And that's your modification. So I'm kind of hooking onto the front of my ankles, pushing my knees down, whatever's comfortable there, and then lifting my chest up. And if you don't want to do the tight butterfly or you do have any issues, your feet are just come out a little bit. And again, same thing, keep your chest lifted. We're here for about another half a minute. Again, if you're in the full squat, and feel free to come out at any time and come into the this modification. We're here for 2 more breaths. Now we're gonna do our toe squat. So this is one if you're a runner or you kind of have flat arches. This is kind of helps with your arches a little bit. Kind of stand on our feet all day. So this is something to kind of to help you open your feet back up a little bit. So I'm gonna bring my knees together, my toes together, and I'm gonna flex my toes. I'm gonna extend my toes, sorry. And again, I'm just gonna sit back on my heels. Okay. And again, if you want less, you lean forward. If you want more, you can lean back a little bit. If you need cushion for your knees, feel free to add cushion underneath your knees. We're gonna add a tricep stretch here a little bit. So you're gonna bring your right arm up. Palm goes flat on the back. If you wanna do the archer arms, your other hand, the back of the hand can go on the spine. And you're gonna walk the arm up your back. You can interlace your fingers and clasp them behind your back. If not, you're just in a tricep stretch. Okay, and you're gonna hold on to the tricep, try to bring the arm back and then towards the center. And again, if you need a little rest, it's okay to come forward. Your other option, if you don't want to do the toe squat, is you can just come seated. Okay. And then we're gonna switch. So if you're in the archer arms, bottom arm comes down, top arm releases, or you're just gonna switch arms. So the other hand goes on your back. You're either in the tricep stretch or archer arms where the bottom hand clasps the top hand. So we're just doing the tricep stretch on the other side. And again, if you need a rest, you can come forward a little bit, give them a little break. This one's not easy for me. We're here for about 10 more seconds. All right, and if you're in the archer arms, bottom hand comes down, top arm comes up. Okay. Then, next thing we're gonna do our ankle stretch. So again, the purpose of this stretch is to stretch the tops of the ankles, the toes, and your knees. So if you know you have tender knees or you tend to get injured there, this might not be the option for you. Your option will be Sphinx. Well, you can stretch the toes this way. We're gonna prop up on your forearms and hang out here. If it's appropriate for you, knees, toes, ankles together, we're pointing, and you're just gonna sit on your heels. You just wanna feel a stretch in the quads, tops of the toes, knees. And we're here for about another minute. All right, 2 more breaths. And then here is a little bit of a rebound here. It actually feels nice to do a little bit of a forearm plank here. We're not gonna hold it for long. So you're gonna come to your elbows, kind of do your ivory genie to see about how far apart your elbows should be. Then lightly cup your hands. Okay. And we're gonna extend the right leg, left leg back. Try to drop your hips, lift your quads, squeeze your glutes. And we're here for about 20 seconds. So again, try not to have your hips up too high. Head to heel, straight line as best you can. 10 more seconds. For 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay? So we're gonna do that one more time. We'll have a slightly different variation with our arms. Okay? So toe squat. Again, if the toe squat was difficult for you, you can also always, again, kind of come to all fours and sit on your heels this way and not put all the weight on your heels. But if you want more, knees together, toes together, sitting on the heels. Okay? And we're gonna bring the right arm across the body. Shrug that right shoulder away from your ear, or you can do your eagle arms. Forearm over forearm, elbow over elbow, forearm to forearm, palm to palm. Shoulders away from the ears, and if you're here, you can work with lifting the elbows. A little goes a long way here. Or moving the hands away from the face a little bit. We're here for about 10 more seconds, and we'll do the other arm. Drop your elbows, release the arms, and we'll do the other side. So other elbow on top of the elbow, forearm to forearm, palm to palm, or arm reaches across the body, shoulder away from the ear. And again, if you're in the eagle arms, you can work with moving the elbows up, forearms a little bit away from the face, and just feeling the stretch in the upper shoulders. We're here for about a half a minute. Twenty more seconds and we're done with this, the toe squat. For 4, 3, 2, 1, relax the arms, come to all fours, okay? And again, we're gonna do our ankle stretch. So again, if you don't wanna do your ankle stretch, you're coming on your forearms, shoulders above elbows. So try not to be like this or like this, but shoulders over elbows. Or toes pointed, sitting on the heels. And if you want a little bit more stretch, you can kind of lean back a little bit, pick the knees up off the ground. Just trying to stretch the top of the ankles. Again, I like the toe stretch and the ankle stretch because we kind of do neglect our feet a little bit. So it's nice to spread the toes out a little bit. They're kind of kept locked up in tight shoes sometimes. So this can counteract some of the daily beating that our lower extremities go through. And we're here for one more minute. So again, you're here or you're in the Sphinx pose lying on your stomach. And then we're going to come to our forearms. If you're not already there, you're going to flex your toes, coming into your forearm plank, just 20 seconds. Just a little bit of a counter stretch for the work we just did. Okay, so extend the legs back, drop your hips, engage your quads, belly in, tuck your tailbone. Try to gaze ahead of your fingers. Nice relaxed neck. Tuck your tailbone towards your heels. So try not to arch your low back, pull the belly in. 5 more seconds. And relax, okay? So now we're gonna point our toes. We're all gonna come to Sphinx pose. So shoulders over elbows here. You guys are gonna stay here. We're here for about 2 minutes. So again, if you can, think about, your arms won't move anywhere, but you want to think about kind of separating the forearms a little bit. Try to get your forearms parallel to one another and see if you can spread your collarbone. And then you can look forward or you can dangle your head here. You might not want to do this next one if you have lower back issues. You'll just kind of stay here. If you want more, you're going to bring your hands forward and a little wider. And you're going to kind of push your hands into the mat, extend your arms. This is one where you can shrug your shoulders, get your shoulders near your ears, and you can relax the head. Just kind of let the belly hang open. If you want a little bit more lift and this feels beneficial for you, you can bring your arms back. Straighten the elbows, or just kind of like little stilts for you, and shrug your shoulders near your ears and relax the head. So you can stay up here, or you're here in Sphinx. Try to relax your glutes. We're here for about 20 more seconds. Then we're going to come down towards the mat. Hands come by the ribs. Push yourself into all fours. Knees apart, toes together. So pull your belly in, tuck your tailbone, hips on your heels, forehead towards the mat, child's pose. The hands back. All right. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to come lying down on our back for a happy baby. So here is our modification for this. So step 1, if you want, you're just going to kind of hold onto your shins and bring your knees towards the sides of your ribs. So my knees are apart, they're wider than my stomach. If you want, you can go into, so you can hold here. If you want, you can bring your arms inside both knees. You're going to grab the pinky side of your toes with each hand. You're going to bring your knees to your armpits, and then get the feet parallel to one another. Okay, we'll hold here for about another minute and a half. I'm going to switch directions so you can see if you've never seen this before. So you're going to bring my arms inside my knees, shoulders up, grab the pinky side of the feet, and then parallel out my shins. So the motion is I'm pulling down on my feet as my feet are pushing up into my hands. So there's a little bit of give and take there. We're here for another minute. Try to get somewhere where your head can relax on the mat and you're not rolling towards the crown of your head. So try to get somewhere where you can relax your shoulders. So if you need to come out a little bit, do that. We have about 30 more seconds here, so if you want, you can grab around your peace sign around the big toe. You can work on pushing your heels out or extending the legs and bring the feet towards the ground, keeping your hips close to the mat. That's about as far as I go, but it's an option. Okay. And then the feet come together, feet find the mat. Next is our banana asana. You're going to be lying on the mat. You're going to look like a parenthesis. So my hips stay grounded on the mat, and you're going to bring your arms and your feet towards the left side of the mat. Or we'll do the left side of the mat, and then the arms come up towards the left side of the mat. If you want, the right ankle can cross over the left ankle, and you can also take that right hand and grab the forearm of the left arm, if that helps you stay. We'll be here for 2 minutes. I'll show you standing up. So again, you should be lying on the mat. Your hips are even on the mat. So I want the right hip on the mat, just like the left hip. But essentially, I'm just bringing my feet and my arms to the left side of the mat. And if you want, right ankle can cross over the left ankle. And I can bring my right hand, grab my left forearm. So it's like a little parenthesis, a banana. 2 minutes, over halfway there. So again, this is a very restorative type pose, so it's okay to close the eyes, relax, and really start kind of melting and letting go. Now we're going to do the other side. So you're going to uncross the legs, bring your feet towards the right side of the mat, arms towards the right side of the mat, and you can, if you want, you can bring that left ankle on top of the right. You can keep that right forearm, arm extended. You can use your left hand to hold onto the arm, or you can just keep both arms extended. And we're here for 2 minutes. half a minute left. Towards the middle of the mat and across the legs. Alright, we have one more, so we're going to do a reclining twist and then we'll end with a shavasana. Okay. So here I'm going to bring my feet are close to my hips are even now. I'm going to bring my hips like a half an inch to the left. If you want, you're going to bring your left thigh over your right, so you're crossing your legs like you're sitting in a chair. And you're going to bring your knees all the way to the right. If you don't want to cross your legs, that's fine. You can just stop the knees. And we'll be here for 2 minutes. If you want, you can also bring your left arm in line with your ear, looking over your left shoulder. Or you can just keep your arms out like a T. Or if you're tight on space, you're doing a cactus arms. Your core, pull the ribs towards the mat, push your feet into the mat, bottom foot, help you lift your hips up, and we're just going to do the other side, so even out the hips. I'm going to bring my hips like a half an inch to the right. If you want, if you did so on the other side, you're going to cross your right thigh over your left, or the knees just stay stacked, and we're going to drop our legs towards the other side. Again, arms can go out, cactus arms, or right arm in line with the ear, whatever feels good. We're gonna pull the right rib down towards the mat, push the bottom foot into the mat, help you lift your knees up, and across your legs, even out your hips. Okay. And we're gonna close out with a 2-minute Shavasana. This is corpse pose. It's the last pose that we typically do in a lot of yoga classes. So if you want, you kind of slide your glutes away from your ears, shoulders come away from the ears, palms are up, just relaxing on the mat. If you have low back issues, you can have your feet apart, knees resting together. Or your other option is to extend both your legs and just kind of have the feet flopped open. It's kind of your traditional corpse pose. And then when you find your resting position, you'll close your eyes. And once you get somewhere still, try not to fidget or move. And we'll be here for about a little over a minute. Okay, and then you're gonna start bending your wrist, moving your toes, walking your feet up one by one. Okay, you're just gonna roll to your favorite side. Use your top hand to push yourself up to seated. Okay. And then, thank you guys so much for trying the class out. Bring your hands to your heart, bow to yourselves, and namaste. Have a great night or day.